It was Watkins Glen today. I don't like having both earpieces on, I'm not gonna lie. It makes my voice sound really, really weird, and I don't like it. But I'm trying it out to see how the microphone sounds. I really don't like it though. And voiceover is really loud. I forgot to turn the volume down. That is fun. Yay, me. So, for the first time, I think pretty much this entire season, I actually think today's race was the better of the three. I know, crazy, right? But it was interesting with pit strategies. They were really interesting. So I'm going to open up this bottle of water and take a drink too while I wait for people to join. Nobody's here yet, I don't think. Let me look and see. Nope, nobody's here yet. If you're watching this on replay, my name is Amy, aka Blind NASCAR Fan, and I like talking to people live. That's why I started doing these live instead of pre-recorded, because pre-recorded, I feel like I'm talking to myself, which is boring. But I started my YouTube channel. Well, honestly, I started it because I felt guilty for asking people to pay for my vacation, but that's a different story entirely. Um, I am going to, as soon as I get enough money, hint hint. If you want to donate, there is a GoFundMe link in my profile that you can click on. But I started my channel to evaluate the accessibility of NASCAR racetracks and their race teams, like the shops and all of that. So I have done two shops. Well, I've actually done three, but I won't give the one a score because it was not a scheduled thing. It was just a surprise visit. So I've done two, and I have done the NASCAR Hall of Fame, which I should do a review on because it was really awesome. If you ever want to go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, especially if you're blind, I highly recommend it. They let you touch a lot of stuff that I didn't think I'd ever get to touch. And if you work with them and time it right, they will give you a lot longer time than their regular scheduled tours. Their regular scheduled tours are like, I think, an hour and a half or 2 hours, something like that. I was there for like 4 hours. Well, at least three. I don't know if it was quite four, but it was at least three. And I got to touch a lot of stuff. And he would have let us look at stuff longer. Like, I could have looked at the cars that he let me touch. I could have looked around at them longer than what I did, but I knew that he was on a time crunch, so I didn't take as much time as I usually would. Um, but yes. I'll check comments because it looks like I got a lot of people watching. Welcome, welcome. Oh, yeah, my shirt. Route 66 car show in Springfield, Missouri, Springfield, Illinois. So, yeah. I pulled this shirt out today. I saw the hot pink in my pile and I thought, I'm gonna wear this shirt. And I thought it was the Gateway Racetrack shirt. And then because I saw the pink, and I can't really see what the thing says, but I know there's writing there. I just don't know what it says. And I thought it was the Gateway shirt. Till I went outside and my dad was like, "Oh, Route 66." Okay, well, not the shirt I thought I was gonna wear, but I kept it because I like the pink. And This shirt is old. This shirt is from 2014. I didn't even know I still had this shirt. Um, but I have a lot of souvenir shirts, so yeah. But welcome, welcome. As I said before you guys joined, my name is Amy, or Blind NASCAR Fan, and I picked that name because one, I am blind, as you can tell, and two, I like NASCAR. Um, Sometimes I like it more than others. Some days, I should say. Some days I like it more than others. Sometimes I like racing, but not the people. um, but today I thought was pretty okay. Honestly, sorry, not sorry, but Watkins Glen is really boring. I'm sorry, but usually it is. And it was kind of boring today. The interesting part today was the pit strategies and how no matter what he did on pit stops and all that stuff, SVG was still able to get ahead like every stage, it seemed like. If not the leader, he got up there. Are you actually in prison now? They let you watch YouTube? Interesting. I would not have thought that. Um, but yeah. So let's see if anybody else is. Ah, there's 5 of you watching. Welcome, welcome. Um, let's see what I know. Ross Chastain, I was kind of disappointed. I thought he had a good thing going. I liked his strategy of going for points in stage 1, and then he just never got ahead again. Like, I think the highest he got the entire day after that was like in the teens. I don't even know if he got back to 4th. He was running in 4th all of stage 1 until everybody else pitted, and then he stayed out to get the points, which was good because he's like 19th, maybe 18th now. But still, he needed the points. So I liked that he did that. Um, I thought Michael McDowell might have a good thing going with staying out at the towards the end of stage 2, but then I guess he ended up having to pit before the stage actually happened. Maybe that was his plan and he just stuck to it. I don't know. He didn't end up getting any stage points though, I don't think. Although he did finish second in the race, so that was cool. Uh, oh, that is cool. Um, SVG won stage 2, and the whole rest of the race would have been fairly boring except for the pit strategies. Yeah. Honestly, y'all, like, I don't care about Watkins Glen. I thought I liked it. Like, seriously. They said 2012, but I swear it was 2011 because I'm pretty sure it was the year that I had my apartment in the same town as my sister, and that was 2011. And I'm pretty sure the race between why do I always forget his name? Good gravy. The Australian guy, Marcus Ambrose. I loved his accent. I was very sad when he quit because I was like, where are the cool accents? But now we got Shane Van Gisbergen, so It's okay, I guess. I don't I don't think his accent is quite as cool as Marcus Ambrose, but he's also not Australian. He's New Zealand. Apparently that makes a difference, but I have a thing for accents, so there you go. Um, but the race between him and Kyle Busch and him as in Marcus Ambrose, not SVG, but Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski, I thought was 2011, but they're saying it was 2012. Pretty sure they're wrong, but they ought to know more than me, so I guess I have to go with what they say, but I dare to want to go with what they say. I think they're wrong. But I thought that race was fun. That was the first time I ever watched a race at Watkins Glen, and everyone since then has been decently boring, honestly. Oops. I don't know what I just did. Did I kick everybody out? Okay, nope, somebody's here. I was just trying to read a comment and I did something crazy. So anyway, I hope that some of my friends come to join me that I invited. Maybe you're watching and not commenting. I don't know. I think that it doesn't always tell me how many people are watching because at the end it says like 130 something people watched and I'm like, well, I only saw so far the most I've seen today was 20, which was kind of awesome. That's the most I've seen live at one time, I think, in a long time. So thank you for that. It's awesome. Um, honestly, about today's race, I don't have anything else really to say. Like, I think I said it all. Best part of the whole thing was pit strategy. Oh, I was so sad when Connor Zillage, I really wanted to see him be a first time winner. I thought maybe today was the day he could do it. He was so close to doing it. Right when the team tells him he can stop saving fuel and go for it, then he has tire issues. Poor dude. I was so sad for him. Forgot where he finished. I think he did manage to get back. Did he make it into the top? No, I think he ended up finishing 20th. I was going to say, I think he made it back into the top 10, but that was Tyler Reddick, and I don't think he did. Um, I was pretty excited for Michael McDowell. I never think about Michael McDowell when I pick my fantasy rosters for road courses, but he's actually pretty good at them. I don't never think about him though. He ended up finishing second because Ty Gibbs was running out of gas, which apparently was the case for several people. I think that happened to Kyle Busch as well. But what is this? Kyle Busch's best finish of the year so far? I don't know what's going on with him. He's part of it's Richard Childress equipment, but I don't know if that's all of it. But pardon moi while I drink my water. There is some kinds of vision that you can get have surgery and get your sight back, but mine is probably not one of them. Um, I don't think I would do it anyways, but there's also a surgery, I think, I don't know what it's called, but it's something Elon Musk had a hand in inventing. But I'm not having anybody drill into my brain to put electrodes or whatever they do. No. No, thank you. I'm good. Nope. I am perfectly fine. I don't need nobody drilling any holes into my head. I'm crazy enough. Can you imagine what would happen to me if they screwed that up? Hey, welcome, welcome. I'm pretty much about NASCAR, not because I don't want to pay attention to the other types of racing, but mostly because honestly, if I watched all the different types of racing that existed, that would be almost all I ever did was follow racing, which I mean, I'd be okay with that, but my family would not be impressed. I follow some of the indie races, especially now that it's on Fox, all of them. I appreciate when they put a sport on a channel that well like the NASCAR O'Reilly series. It's all on the WB or CW. It hasn't been WB in ages, Amy, really. I like knowing exactly where it is and I can find it every time. So, but I have watched some of the Indy races and I'll watch the Indy 500 in 2 weeks. Or is it 3 weeks? No, I think it's two. Um, so I will do that. But Formula One, honestly, I don't get into Formula One because a lot of their races are at weird times. Like a lot of the racing series that aren't in America, for me, they're at weird times because for like in Europe, the times are decent. But here, like a lot of races are on at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, but I am not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person, not even with coffee, because I hate coffee. Um, so there's no way I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a race. But mostly the reason I don't watch other racing is, like I said, my family would not be impressed. They're not impressed with how much I follow NASCAR, so they would really not be happy if I followed other series. I'd like to start like really getting more into Indy, and I'd like to start following the ARCA more because more and more of the ARCA's races are being put on TV, which I think is awesome, but I don't watch them. And a lot of the local racing, like American racing, the modifieds, and what is the other one? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of other auto racing here. A lot of it is on Flow Racing, which costs money, and I don't have money to pay for a subscription. But also, like, I need radio to describe it to me because TV broadcasters, they're okay, but they don't tell me, like, the assumption is that you can see it if you're watching it on TV. So I miss a lot if I'm watching it on TV. But if they had some form of radio for all of these other forms of racing, I would probably watch more. Except motorcycles. Motorcycles terrify me. Because I'm like, at least with a car, you have like the cage that kind of protects you. Like, there ain't nothing! What do you got protecting you on a motorcycle? Scares me to death. No. No, 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 no. Because of SVG, I'd like to at least watch a few of the, I don't know what it's called now, the Australian series that he used to race in before he came here for NASCAR. I'd like to watch some of those because they seem like they might be kind of interesting, but I don't know where to watch them. So there's that. My hair is driving me crazy today. But any more questions for me? Doesn't have to be about racing. We can talk about something else. I'm cool with that. I don't have a lot to say about the race because I was having a hard time staying awake, I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, the most interesting part for me was the pit strategy and how some people pitted on whatever lap it was, and they couldn't necessarily make it to the end without saving fuel. And some people pitted close enough, like SVG. He just he pitted with plenty of time, but then with the not having to save fuel and having fresher tires, he flew through that field to get back to the lead. Like, I don't know why everybody else can't do that. That was crazy. Um, but yeah, that was the most interesting part to me was the pit strategies. Um, I was pretty happy, not necessarily because it was Kyle Busch, because I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, but I was pretty happy for Richard Childress Racing to get both of their cars inside the top 10. Thought that was pretty good. Austin Dillon was up to what, fourth? At- No, I think he actually got up to second at some point. So that's pretty good. Like, I don't know where Kyle Busch ended up or where his highest was. My top topics to ramble about, obviously, is NASCAR. Then probably blindness stuff, and then I don't know if I could ramble much, but I like Lego. Like over here next to me, if you could see this room, it's a huge mess. There's a huge pile of buckets of Legos. There's, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six. Six, well, five official Lego buckets. This one is a box, like a shoebox without it's a photo box. I think you're supposed to put photo albums in it. And then there's five they're one of them's currently empty. I haven't decided what color to put in it, but they're buckets. They're Tupperware containers that you're supposed to put onions and garlic in, and I put Legos in them to sort them by color. And then I also have a bag of green bricks that are like trees and bushes and flowers and stuff like that. And then I have a bag of brown. Maybe I should put the brown in the other potato or garlic bin. I don't know. But I could ramble about Lego, NASCAR, and blindness stuff. Um, Beyond that, I don't know. I could talk about for a time, I could talk about different things. I could talk about some Bible stuff. I'm not good at knowing where the scripture verses are located, but I can kind of talk about it. I'm not I wouldn't say I'd be an expert. My talk might not make sense. I could talk about running your own online clothing shop because I did that for yeah, 5 years. I did with my mom. It was fun. Um, so I could talk about direct sales companies and whether they are scams or whether they are legit businesses. I could, what else could I talk about? I don't know. Ask me something about something and I'll tell you if I can talk about it. Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite content creators. So there's a girl, I don't know if she is on YouTube, but on Facebook, Serena, I think her name is Serena Gilbert. She goes by Blindy Girl. I really like her stuff. Here on YouTube, I don't like her as much as I used to, but I used to be a big fan of Molly Burke. I still respect what she does, but I'm not as much of a fan as I used to be. Um, I cannot remember. I think it's called The Blind Traveler. It's a guy who, like it says, he travels to different cities and talks about their accessibility to blind people, like how is public transportation, how's the street crossings, that kind of thing. I don't know if he gets into affordability of like hotels and stuff, but he talks about Uber and public transportation and all these things in other countries. It's pretty interesting. Um, Mostly for NASCAR content creators. Sadly, I like the big name people pretty much. Right now, I like. Okay, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I used to think he was just a bandwagon dude, and I don't like bandwagon people, but I like Dale Jr.'s show, and I like Larry Mack and Danielle Trotta's show on Sirius XM. Um, Other than that, I don't know. If my friend would ever get her YouTube channel up and going, Michelle Denise Michaels is her name. She has a channel, but she doesn't post regularly, but her stuff would be interesting, I think, to watch. She won't do it though. I keep trying to encourage her to do more, but she doesn't. Um, I'd probably get into some more Lego stuff if I could see what they're doing, but they need audio description. Which I heard audio description is coming to YouTube. I hope that is not a rumor because that would be spectacular. They already have captions, so why not audio description? If they did that, then I'd probably be into more Lego. Um, oh, I've never, yeah, that'd be cool. I've never used Meta glasses, but I have, let me get them. Oh, I moved them. Where did I put them? Oh, fiddlesticks. I don't know where I put them. I have, what are they called? I can't reach them, so I don't know where they are. I thought they were sitting over here. But I have the Giga. It's Agiga. I don't know how you say it, but I have those smart glasses that are made for blind people. They do a lot of the same stuff, but these ones are designed and made by blind people, so my thought process was that they would be better. I don't know if that's true or not, but uh, I think I may have seen the guy that you're talking about, but I didn't know he was German, and I didn't know what, when I was watching it, excuse me, I didn't know what the name was. What did I do with those glasses? I don't know where I put them. That's gonna bug me. Are they just out of reach? Nope, that's a speaker. Okay, I don't know where I put them. Sometimes I put them in the Lego bucket, but I didn't do that either. Anyway, I have a pair of smart glasses too, but I don't know where they are. One of these days, I'm going to do a show where I show y'all how I use these glasses, like the various things that they can do. But I don't, I have to, I have to find them first. Um, I don't know. I've gotten so far off topic from my original topic. We can go back to that. Ah, whoa! I keep hitting the wrong button and screwing up my chat. We can go back to NASCAR if anybody watching wants to do that. I am cool. Or we can go off on another tangent. I'm cool with that too. I didn't have a lot to say about today's race because it was boring. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, I was also very sleepy for some reason. I don't really understand why I was so tired, but I was tired. I actually slept through the last 10 laps of stage 2. I know, terrible. Really, I just need to start taking notes about the topics that I want to discuss when I do these shows. But like I always say, taking notes is boring. Like that would make it feel too much like work. If I have to sit through the race and actually make notes about what I'm watching, that's not fun. Like this is supposed to be fun. Hey, I don't care if you take me off topic. Like I said, I I like talking to people. So if you take me off topic, that is perfectly fine. I don't care. Um, I do that a lot, actually. If you go back through my channel, unless it's a pre-recorded video, I think on every live, I've gone off topic on every NASCAR live at some point. Like one week, it was an hour and a half show, and probably an hour of that show was nothing to do with NASCAR at all. Like nothing. So, so I don't care, you know. I just like talking to people. I think it's fun. Back when I sold clothes online with my mom, my favorite part of that was not actually selling the clothes and making money. It was talking to people. I think it's fun. Like I think you guys and your comments are as entertaining as actually like whatever it is that I'm doing. So bring on all the comments. I love them. Um, but yeah, someday, you know, road course, not all road courses are boring. Honestly, like the last time the Cup guys raced there, Road America was boring. But I want to go there because I think Road America is fun. And while I'm there, I want to ride the zip line. There's a zip line that goes over the track. I think that is so cool. I want to do that so bad. Pardon moi, whilst I drink this water. But anyway, any other comments, questions, observations? Anything else you want to talk about? I'll talk about. You know, it's funny. I read your comment that said he's German, and you were talking about the blind guy that uses the meta glasses, but I thought at first you were talking about Shane Van Gisbergen because everybody thinks that sounds like a German name, and I'm like, nope, New Zealand actually. But anyway, I see there's only 2 people watching now. I've scared you all away. I am good at that, you know. But if you haven't already, the 2 of you that are here, if you like my content, please, 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 please subscribe to my content or to my channel. and like this video and share it with your friends, because, you never know who you might know who likes racing, one, but also you never know who might want to learn about blindness. And I am trying to hit 500 followers so I can get monetized. That's the beginning step. And last time I looked, I was at 210. Yay! I don't see any of my 210 followers as of this morning here today, but anyway, hopefully I got more. I usually get, this is why, one of the reasons why I started doing lives instead of pre-recorded. The first and main reason is that pre-recorded is all well and good, but I'd really have to take notes if I did pre-recorded, because especially today, my live, or not live, but my video, if I did pre-recorded, would have literally only been like 5 minutes long, because I didn't say a lot and I could have said it all quickly. Plus, I feel like I'm talking to myself when I do pre-recorded. I don't like it. Um, Number two, I like to talk to people, so that's why I switched to live. But also, I usually get about 2 subscribers per live. The most I've gotten was 5, and I think I've done 2 where I didn't get any at all. And so, like, I feel like lives get you more subscribers. It's not helping with the view, like the hours that you're supposed to get. Because apparently, if you go portrait mode like I'm doing, they don't count your hours. I have to move. My foot is asleep. Apparently, if you do it live like I'm doing now in portrait mode, they don't count your views because it's in the short feed. I don't really understand all of that, but that's kind of sad because I need lots of watch hours. um, but that's basically why I started doing lives instead of the pre-recorded shows. Um, I don't really have a Reddit account. Well, I can't even say I don't really. I can say I don't have a Reddit account. I don't do anything. I don't understand Reddit. Like, I see a lot of posts from there that get shared to Facebook where people want to comment on them, but I don't really understand what the purpose of Reddit is. It's like somebody asked me a week or so ago if I had Discord, and I know that NASCAR has a Discord channel, but I don't understand Discord either. So I'm sort of old school when it comes to social media. Like, my favorite social media was Twitter, and then they ruined Twitter, and then they sold it to Elon Musk, who ruined it even further. So I don't really have a favorite social media account anymore. I guess it would be here on YouTube because I can do live shows. X makes you pay for them, and I want to do both lives. Like, I want to share my stream to here and Facebook, because I have a lot of friends that actually might watch a live on Facebook. They just don't want to click a link and come to YouTube. But I can't, because the platform that lets me do it, that works with my screen reader, doesn't, for some reason, it won't let me sign up my YouTube channel. I don't understand what's happening. I've done everything that they've said in the troubleshooting conversation I had with them, and nothing works. So it's it's pretty degenerate, huh? Well, if you look at the posts that get shared to Facebook, I'd have to agree. There's some really psycho people on Reddit. What I don't don't like about these platforms for it's probably like this for all forms of racing, but I've noticed it with NASCAR, and I noticed it when I was new because I was new to NASCAR basically in 2011. I watched my first race in 2010, but I wasn't a hardcore fan until 2011. And I've noticed all of these NASCAR groups for fans like Twitter, Facebook, I assume Reddit's probably gonna be the same way. They're very rude to newbies. Like, you basically have to learn on your own unless you find the niche of people that are willing to explain things to you, which I would be willing to explain things to people. But I found that when I was new, people more often than not, people were rude and they acted like you should already know or you were an idiot for not knowing. And you would ask a question and they would just treat you like that's the stupidest question. Why would you even ask such a thing? And it's not just the fans that do this. Like I asked a NASCAR media member once and he basically told me I was an idiot. I mean, I don't like that. Like in all other aspects, NASCAR fans are like a big family. Like they're really nice to each other. But when you're new and you ask questions because you don't know stuff, they're not very nice. YouTube is a weird place. You think so? I I wish I would have thought about YouTube years ago, because I was planning on doing a radio show for NASCAR, like on the internet, internet radio. I was gonna do, and the guy that owned the internet station I was trying to do it with was weird. Like he was a creeper, and I was like, I am not working with you. This is not happening. I blocked him and never had another conversation about it. And I wish I would have thought about YouTube back then because it's really like it would have been a good place. Like people would have watched, and by now I could have been making money. But I didn't think about it until last year, and now here I am trying to grow my channel. It's a very slow process, but thank you for considering me a sane person on YouTube. I think I am, but I don't know. uh, I think most of the people that I have on my channel are just friends of mine that I know in person. And they just subscribed to help me get numbers, but they don't really care about anything I talk about. So they never watch my lives, but like I said, I like talking to people, so thank you, thank you. If you're leaving me now, you said over and out, so I think that means you're leaving me now. So have a great day. 11 is not dead, my friend. I missed you last week. What happened? Well, I missed you yesterday and the day before too. One of the usernames I know how to pronounce. Do you want to talk racing with me or do you want to talk about something else? We've moved on from racing, but we can go back if you want to talk racing. Or you can just ask me random questions. Thank you for the good luck wishes. Ah, busy, busy, busy. Busy is no fun, but I know what you mean. What happened to my... Aw, man. Y'all, I lost my hair scrunchie. This is what I normally do. I keep it on my hand like this, like it's a bracelet or something. I just realized it wasn't in my hair, and I was like, what did I do with it? My hair was falling like this earlier, and I was like, ah, why is it in my face? Duh, because you don't have your scrunchie in. Um, but yeah, my dad made chicken wings, which I think what he was doing the last time I watched, or I did a live with 11 is Not Dead as a viewer. And now he's doing it again, and they smell good, and I want to eat them. If I disappear really suddenly, if I just decide I'm done, that's why, because I want chicken wings. Um, I have only one viewer left. I don't know who it is, but say hi if it's not the person who's already said hi. Um, I can't believe I've been here for 45 minutes and most of this was not NASCAR. I'm terrible. I'm only supposed to be talking about NASCAR and I haven't been doing it. But that's all right. I don't know what else to say. I could tell you about my Lego project. I don't have the project, but we're supposed to be building something that's monochromatic. So I have this bucket of black, white, and gray. See? I was thinking about building a castle. All black, white, and gray. Like, that's the color of stones, right? Yeah. So that might be my. I'm working on it now, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. That's just my current project. Oh dear, everybody's gone. Good excuse to go get those chicken wings, huh? Well, there was something else I was supposed to say about today's race. I thought of while I was talking about a different question. And I can't remember what it was, so maybe I won't mention it at all. Hey, there's one watching now. Welcome, welcome. I am talking about Watkins Glen. I don't know if you have anything to contribute to the discussion, but if you do, drop a comment and I will gladly discuss whatever is on your mind. We don't even have to talk about NASCAR. You can talk about something else entirely if you want. I will see if you post a comment. Whoever my new viewer is, welcome to my channel. All right. 48 minutes, 40 seconds, 48 seconds. I should have stopped it then. That would have been awesome. All right. Bye.